Constructivism. What is constructivism? It is the theory of meaning making. Two of the foundational theorists that are known for constructivism are Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget is most known for his cognitive development theory. The second one is John Dewey. John Dewey is known for experimentalism and education reform. How does the curriculum differ in constructivism versus normal teaching? For one, students are able to process. Teachers should allow students to reflect. Teachers should build the curriculum with students. They should ask open-ended questions. There shouldn't be a yes and no to everything. It should be open-ended. Teachers should allow students to critical think. So asking them questions that may be harder than what they're used to, encouraging them to do better than what they've done, and also allow them to problem solve with one another. The students in a constructivism classroom, they should be active in their own learning. They are known as experimentalists, so that goes with John Dewey being the experimentalist in the classroom, and they also should be known as problem solvers. So problem solvers as in they get to solve their own problems. They shouldn't rely on a teacher to do it for them, although the teacher can be a facilitator in case they need them. Students can work in group placements, so that means that you don't have just desk in a row. You might place desk in a 4 group, in a 3 group, or by pairing somebody. Students can be an investigator into their own work, so that means that they're most likely finding their own answers. They're looking in books. They're not just, fully relying on a teacher for the answers. Students can also use resources. So if the classroom has an iPad or a Chromebook, again, it can also be books, but if they do have a computer, it could be possibly looking at wikis. It could be possibly looking on like educational websites. So students are allowed to investigate, and teachers aren't doing that for them. Let's see. So the teacher role in constructivist classroom. A teacher should help build knowledge. They shouldn't just automatically give a student an answer. They should be a facilitator of conversation. So that means that they might ask an open-ended question, and they won't tell the students, oh yeah, that's right, or no, that's wrong. They'll say maybe, or that might, to where that helps build on conversation with other students as well. They also need to be flexible. In a constructivist classroom, you're really allowing the students to not control, because that wouldn't be managed correctly, but more of take control of their own learning. So you need to be flexible with how they learn, as well as what works best for them. Assessment still does happen in a constructivist classroom. It's formative instead of summative. So formative would be daily. It could be, looking at a student's journal, looking at the way they read, listening to them read. Assessment is an ongoing process, so it's not just a one-time end-all test like an end-of-the-year test. Assessment should be made to improve quality of the entire class, as well as the quality of the one student's learning. In a constructivist classroom, teachers should be able to provide instant feedback, as well as feedback maybe within 2 weeks, or maybe within the first week of taking a test, because it's proven that if you don't give feedback quickly, then a student will already move on from that concept and will not understand the feedback whenever you give it later. So the PAR, or PAR, model of learning, that is from Jeff Petty in his book Teaching Today. And and the P stands for present, the A stands for apply, and the R stands for review. So in the present, it is, students are presented with new knowledge. They are presented with concepts, skills, theories, and students are able to explain things to themselves. That's like the beginning stages of linking what they have learned to what they are being presented to at this point in time. Apply. So that means that students are given an activity to where they apply the knowledge that they've been given. That's whenever you learn by doing. So hands-on activities, any hands-on activity that a teacher could provide for a student, that would be applying. This also allows for, the learning and the mistakes of students to be visible. For review, they link the old and the new, and then the key concepts are emphasized again. And the way to put the PAR model into teaching would be reciprocal teaching and learning. So that would be me presenting sight words to students, and I have loved Wordo. So Wordo is like bingo, except for there's only 9 spaces and you have sight words. So I would present the last week's words, so the last 5 sight words, and then up to Thursday, so that'd be 4 more. So there's 9 words total. So you would pair students, and what they would do is one of them would hold up a sight word, and they'd write down the word real quick. The pair would write down the word real quick, and once they got every single one of the words correct by saying it and by writing it, then they would get a Wordo, and then they get a prize or something like that at the end. But that would allow students to review the words, as well as, get new concepts together, and then they can apply their own knowledge to what they're doing. So there you go, constructivist learning.